Chicago culture is something so very special. So geographically, Chicago sits almost like in the same place if it were a body that the heart would be. And people are just doing. Like, we're not waiting for like investors to come in and save us. Like, we're literally creating art and music and, you know, production.
Classic material. Oh, man, look, it's been a lot going on. You guys have had a great week, as I understand it. And we're not going to get too much into that today. Let's just be honest. Let's just get right to it.
Such a hater.
Oh, this is all hate. Let me be very clear. I hate that it didn't rain on y'all, and no hate for anybody's event, but I'm hating because I wasn't there.
It did rain.
Well, it didn't rain long enough.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I wanted to rain out like MLB.
You are so trash.
The water in Lake Michigan wasn't choppy enough.
Yeah.
The wind wasn't blowing hard enough.
No one drowned.
You know what I'm saying?
What? Oh my God. Y'all are like
I wish them boats was dirty, you know. Y'all
just hating on different days now. Yeah. Now you hating on Saturday and you hating on Sunday.
Well, my hate's coming from a different place,
on Saturday and Sunday.
I'm hating on both for sure.
To know that there were a bunch of people out there with aquatic wear on.
A bunch.
You know what I'm saying?
Aquatic
wear, ashy feet, probably no suntan lotion. This comes from a place of, I thought I had an invite to be on one of them boats. To wake up the next morning bright and early, to crack it down with the roosters roosting, bro, and to get a message say, fam, stay your ass at the crib. And I was like, okay, fuck all them boats.
Wait, but they said there was a boat for you though, right?
It was. Keyword was.
What happened? You missed
it got taken away? No.
The boat got taken away?
My invite did.
How you lose your invite?
I didn't do anything to gain it or lose it. It was offered. I said yes. The next day it was gone. I'm looking like,
wow.
You know?
Oh, what do you do when somebody like takes back like? What do you say?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah, okay.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's it, man.
Yeah, it was nice. I got invited on a couple of boats.
Good for you. Let's
go to all of them.
No, let's just move on.
Today's episode is brought to you by, powered by TMH Behavioral Services. Friends, your loved ones, your family, your people, they may be great and phenomenal at everything, you know, but sometimes they don't have the answers. You don't got the answer, Sway. No,
you got to stop talking to your friends. Come talk to some professionals, okay? TMH Behavioral Services is located in the Hyde Park. It's 710 East 47th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60653. The phone number is 773-828-4940. All right? You can get any kind of help that you want. They have insurance. If you don't have insurance, they will work with you. If you cannot make it in person, you can get online, okay? Obviously, you can do your traditional sessions, sit on the couch thing, and everybody's MBE certified. This is a real thing. Black-owned, small black-owned business. Shout out to Titanic, man.
Don't be scared to reach out. Get the help you need.
Please.
No, we're not moving on. So shout out to Black Boat Scene. This was their second year.
This was Sunday. Let's not skip Saturday. Let's.
Oh, y'all went to Sunday. Y'all want to work backwards?
I was just hating.
Yeah, I was hating. You know.
Okay, well, we can start with Friday.
What? No, we don't want to start that far back, dude.
What do you mean?
What was Friday?
My first yoga class at the Woodlawn.
Okay, now how was that?
Oh, shout out.
It was good. It was great. I'm excited. And Emma Green is still looking for volunteers. So definitely those who had responded on the Corner Convo page, make sure you follow that. Join. We would love to have you on Facebook. I'll be posting some information. But yeah, Friday afternoon class kicked off. Now it's every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:45 p.m. Y'all coming to class?
Absolutely not.
I'll catch a class.
Yeah, whatever. Y'all gotta come to class.
I'll catch a class, yeah.
Yeah, especially
Yoga's
if
not my strong suit, though.
spends that day. Like, come on out and do some yoga, or at least meet the fans.
That shit is tough, though. It's tough. Yoga's tough. You know, you have to get used to that shit.
I gotta tell a story about how I helped him touch his toes.
Not today. What we're doing is what we're doing is moving on. You gotta relax. All right. What happened Saturday, people? Saturday was Javen Palooza. Shout out to Javen. It's my brother, my Cancerian brother. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah. The weather was mild. The rain held up for as long as it could, and then it stormed for like 10 minutes. And I like as a manager of that space, I started to unlock doors. Like, are we gonna have to like bring people inside? Like our whole little weather plan. Yeah, like stuff started to fly away. But people really had a good time. I appreciate folks cleaning up after themselves.
They did.
Like every time the Palooza comes to the marina, it makes me look good as a manager. So
now where exactly is the marina?
It's off of 134th Street behind Opill Gardens.
I was gonna say that by them gardens, goddammit.
It's behind the gardens.
Almost turned around.
Yeah.
134th.
And St. Lawrence.
It's right off the Little Calumet River. So
yep.
You got to get off 130th and Bishop Ford.
How many bullets
then-
you got to duck before you get there?
None.
It was a safe
I
time
mean,
of day.
potholes.
Okay.
You know,
That street
like,
was
yeah.
terrible.
Chop suey.
What?
Chop suey.
I hit every speed bump 'cause I couldn't see.
And
I
you
couldn't
couldn't see
recognize it.
You can't see him.
Boom! I said, "Oh my
You
god!"
literally
My
be
car
driving,
died.
and you're like, "Where's the other side of the street? And is this like a parking area, or is like it's weird, like how that back street is? Like whoever the alder person over there, they definitely
They just
need to
stealing money.
improve the roads.
They stealing
Yeah.
money. You know
Man.
how when you spill like, so you got the last of your drink on the table, get another house to drink, and you knock it over accident. How fast that shit leave out your motherfucking cup? You can't save nothing.
Yeah.
That's how fast the rain came down. You know what I'm saying? That day. And then let up. But you know, even when it was raining, shout out to, I guess, the quality of Javen Palooza for the last 16 years. Because even in the rain, people still walking in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Walking
people were
in,
still
walking
coming.
in to see the vendors, to see the food. To see Lane Tech is always going to be in the building.
It was so many people that knew who I was. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't remember you.
You famous. You a star. You kills.
That's what we do. We
Yeah.
make stars.
Hey, Sean was
First of all, it had nothing to do with you and everything to do with my father. Like you're trying to like claim some celebrity. Like no.
I
Yeah.
think the funniest shit was Sherm though, bro. And I'll leave it at that. He walked in looking for his boat, didn't know it was goddamn party. How do you look up and walk to Javen Palooza?
yeah.
How do you look
That was
up on
funny.
Javen Palooza though? He's like, I'm just staying, I'm gonna do it.
He'll be there next year for
It was
sure.
good. I'm definitely gonna be there yearly. That was a real thing. It was a good vibe, man. To walk in and see Cervantes at the door, I say, oh, this is a lucky day anyway. Fucking man.
Yes, it's
Wait,
always
he
like
was
a
on
family
security
reunion.
because I know he was promoting this.
He was
stuff.
doing something.
He was doing
Security,
something,
maybe
yeah.
money, maybe.
Was
collecting the money.
what did he have on a white shirt?
Hell no. We did. He did. He did.
Big homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
did.
security. He looked at me. I said, "Hey, is this your car?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Are you?" He was like, "Security." I was like, "Okay, brother."
Fellas, take y'all asses to the gym, okay? I sit and walk around for 3, 4, 5 hours. Every dude say, "What's up, Mr. Muscles? What's up,
That's
big dog?"
corny. That's corny
Hey
as
man,
fuck.
Joe, how much you lift, Joe? I lift your bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
That
lift
is
you.
so rude.
Yeah,
Don't-
fuck you. But stop.
If
Bro,
my man ever asked that and that was the comeback, I'm going with you.
I lift
Like
you,
I'm
bro.
like,
It's okay.
I'm not
How about that?
leaving
You know,
with
but go to the gym. You can enjoy all the festivities, the alcohol, the food, the vendors. But the gym's like an hour a day. Go. Y'all looking terrible too.
When the last time you been in again?
Boy, that picture, boy. Hey, don't post.
What, the 45? Can we talk about that? Oh, we gonna get into that?
We had his grandson with him. You see that picture?
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, that was nice,
That
except
was
for
cute.
like
I thought we was talking about the show your age photo.
that was nice too though. That was
No,
nice.
that's nothing.
That boy, hey, Bob, put your shirt on next time, okay? Yes.
Him and the baby was free chesting it.
Shorty was cool though. Shorty looked real cool.
Dude.
Yeah, man, it's a cool guy, man.
I mean, I did get a chance to holler at Dan Pettigrew of Viola, and we're sitting there for the interview for Chicago News Weekly, and we're talking, and he knew my father. And my brother. I was
That's a
like,
legend,
man, you know, like super, super cool. So last week was great. So Saturday ended. I just finished the walkthrough. Y'all gotta pick up. It's always like the most random stuff left after his party. I'm like, man, y'all want y'all chairs? Like, y'all want
Right.
y'all tents? I'm like, well,
I'll take him.
and then some people like can't. It's so funny. I see people put things up with ease.
Can't break it down.
Cannot break it down. They be like, man, fuck that tent. And so having to like put everything in the dumpster. But the cleanup crew was great.
The dump
Water
with no
was-
quality chairs there.
Yeah, I mean, but some people did leave them. Like, so if your stuff is there, if somebody
check lost and found. Fuck
You
out of
see
here.
me at Rainbow
I am
Beach
the lost and
or
found.
31st Street Beach with your chair. You
Don't
left
say
it.
nothing.
That's mine.
It's mine now, bro.
Debo.
It's mine now.
Debo that.
mine.
Real quick, Black Boat Week. Or
Black
is it
Boat Scene.
Black Boat Scene.
It was
excuse
3
me.
days. It was 2
14th
parties.
to 16th, correct?
Yep, it was 2 parties on Friday. One on Friday, one on Saturday. And then it also was the Silver and Block Party Film Fest too. That was this weekend.
Right.
So Sunday was the boat scene, and it was like over 100 registered boats. And so you got out there to the playpen. So you weren't really in the playpen. You were kind of adjacent to it. And people kind of like lined up in a crescent shape. And this year's flag was white. So we had a great time. And I think a lot of people left the boat and went over to Nikki Hayes' spot on 31st at the beach.
Oh, no, I don't know this.
yeah,
Right.
Pier 31.
Yep. She's
I
a
ended
sweetheart
up
too.
at-
That's who owns that Pier 31?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nikki.
We
Yeah.
talked to her at Titanic spot one day.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
and Nikki also has a dispensary, so
16th
looking
Street
forward
too,
to covering that in the future. But I went over to homegirl Charlotte and Jakari's boat. Shout out to Sea Black Charters.
So you just boat hopping.
Yes,
Ain't mad at that.
I am dock hopping.
You ain't dive in the water and swim to the next boat.
Why would I do that?
You're a swimmer,
But
supposedly.
why would I like? You know how docks work, though, right?
No, I'm not here for that.
Oh my, he's just making up stuff.
I'm
now.
hating.
Clearly, you're hating. So I went to bed like, man, it was a long week and I was exhausted. So I'm happy to recap everything.
Good.
A lot of fun this weekend.
Good.
Weekend
That's what
should
you
be.
get.
Good. Okay. Glad you had a great time. Glad you were able to finally, come outside. And,
What you mean finally? I've been outside.
No, I'm talking to him. Experience Jaden Palooza.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was good.
Because that was your first one. What other festivals are there? Was it Silver Room Block Party? Is anything else on the list of things? Festivals, events?
We'll tell them next week. Fuck it.
Yeah, you got the Jazz Fest coming up. There's a bunch of stuff. But let's just get into this, man. Again, man, this podcast is for Chicago, by Chicago. We like to highlight spaces, our influencers, our tastemakers. And we start in Chicago and kind of work our way out. And in Chicago, man, I don't even know if we're still claiming him or if we ever should claim him.
Talk about.
Kevin Garnett, KG, the big ticket.
Big ticket.
He was in Chicago to support TVL Traveler Vice Lord clothing line. Okay, King Neil Vision. Took a picture, you know what I mean? It's a little weird, and I think it's a bad look. I don't know if he's invested in it. I don't know.
Right.
But all we know is he showed up for this, right? Now, Kevin Garnett is known for throwing up VL at the Hall of Fame speech.
So he is a Vice Lord?
Allegedly.
He's allegedly. I guess we have to say.
Well, he is through different means. He didn't get the
He didn't get jumped
blessing.
in?
He didn't get none of that shit, to my knowledge.
Am I saying all of that right?
Yeah, you close enough. You didn't get all of that.
Again, now you know what's weird though? You had the nerve and the audacity to look at Paul Pierce, a little suspect, on the live show on Showtime.
We were talking about the chicks.
Yeah.
Oh, he was going crazy.
But then you affiliate yourself with, what Chicago's known for, gangsta and gangbang and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm on the fence.
Well, you know what's weird is this though. I bet you the sponsors he have, the people that pay him that are pale skin, pale complexion, don't know what TVL is. But they don't understand what the hell that is, you know what I'm saying? So he can skate with that for a while. You see him on the MGM commercials for the betting, whatever, the betting apps. They probably don't know what it is. But I don't know, because he's not answering to anybody. I think he doesn't feel he need anybody right now. He can do what he want to do. Would I do it? Well, I guess.
Of course you would.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't Garnett.
You wear your motherfucking
I do.
Your hat
All day long.
with the 5-point star on it.
All day
to
long.
the left. On the job.
Wow.
But I'm not Kevin Garnett, though.
That's true.
I'm not Kevin Garnett, though, you know what I'm saying?
But you're just as much of an influencer, right?
Oh, she got game. Yeah, that's good.
And you are.
I'm still mad at the both.
So,
though.
at the end of the day, like you said something interesting, like he's connecting himself to it, but clearly, like this is
He's
also,
never disconnected himself from it.
Right.
Well,
Right.
so this is who he is. Then
Could it be a case of keeping it real goes wrong?
Going too far?
Going too far.
Could.
what does that mean?
If he was still in the streets like that, if he was still in the public eye, then maybe.
Is that what the acronym stands for the clothing line?
TVL?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that what it
that's
stands
the
for?
organization, yeah.
Can we confirm that, or
We cannot confirm.
we
that.
cannot confirm
it just
that
says
it doesn't
TVL
mean
clothing
Can
line.
y'all confirm what King Neal's really associated with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But even still, like I don't know for certain, because people could be very clever with what it actually stands for, and it has like it's a double entendre. So
Facts.
that's the part that I think is are we towing the line of like being appropriately inappropriate? Because Snoop Dogg had a clothing line, right? And it came out and he was
With the
using
Crip
like
flag.
the Crip flag, and they were like, no, you can't do that.
Remember
That's
that.
not. And then all of a sudden, your
Who stole it?
larger fashion brands started using that same print. So when they do it, it's okay. But when we do it,
Because
we can't separate
You heard finesse.
But they not
gang
affiliated with
culture.
it, though.
Well, so that the thing is that are we ever allowed to take what influences us and turn it into an actual commodity and let it evolve to be on the free market? Like, is that fair?
Called rap.
I mean,
We
we do it with rap. We do it with apparel.
I mean, maybe
You know?
because I'm from Chicago and
Snoop's
I
a
know what it
Crip, bro.
really means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel
But we
the way-
don't know what it really means. We know what TVL means on the streets. We do not know if that's what it means for the clothing brand. I just want to be clear on that.
I'm not rocking with y'all on that one. I know what it means. Everybody that's associated with the 5 knows what it means.
Is that
so
what the
it's
clothing
real.
brand means,
But
though?
the Snoop thing it's a cool comparison, but Snoop is a known Crip with that design or whatever. So, of course, they're going to associate it with him with that. Somebody else do it, they're just doing flannel, But, yeah, I see where you're going with that, though.
Yeah, that's also. So I want to look up if they have a website or anything like that. Because if they're looking to take or capitalize off of the TVL and rebrand it, this is kind of like, what do we expect from Chicago?
You can't rebrand that in Chicago. You can't.
Well, I mean, that's what this company, I guess, could be doing, or it could just be like, it could be.
All right, so here's the thing. I put in TVL clothing, it comes up.
Yeah, because it won't work.
Valley Lakes. You know what I mean? And it's a white guy, right? So
did you put in?
I put TVL clothing brand.
Okay, so usually it's user error when you get back weird stuff. You didn't ask a good question.
I don't think Google knows what that is, though.
It may not be.
It's either TV, like that's what I'm saying, like TVL INC, or like go to the Instagram page. But I think it's just important to know that businesses be like that's the finesse. Like you use something that's familiar and then you flip it around and be like, oh, but when you spell it out, like that's not what it stands for.
They could be safe if they didn't attach King Neal's name to it. It could be whatever they want it to be. But when you attach a name to it, you know what I'm saying, it gives it a different meaning, especially his name in Chicago.
Well, yeah, now it's he's the brand ambassador
in Detroit, in Wisconsin, in Indiana. Yeah, they know.
I mean, but wasn't there a song we were celebrating last year? Everybody was singing it.
I wasn't singing that.
Let the GDs in the door.
I definitely wasn't singing that.
No, I definitely wasn't singing that.
People were though.
People were singing it. Yeah,
right. So we were.
It could mean anything though, right?
People. Yeah, it could, but people.
But we know what it meant though.
Now, here's the crazy part.
I don't
right? So
okay.
I go to check this out. I go to the Reddit, right? Someone says never knew bro was from Chicago. You know what I mean?
Who, Kevin Garnett?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Whereabouts?
For 2 years, like a year, 2 years.
Then someone clearly says he shouted out the T's in his Hall of Fame speech.
He
so
did.
like, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I know what you own, and you can rebrand it, or the T can stand for Tom, Victory, Love. I don't care.
It was weird,
right? Super weird.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like it's a lot of people still don't know that he's from Chicago.
Okay. Well, shout out to anybody trying to do anything dope from the crib.
Right.
You know?
I'm gonna put, what them colors? Oh, see, that's the problem though.
Somebody say this dude used to sell me out bogus on 2K.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I want to laugh. What does that
Playing
mean?
with him on a video game, he wasn't no good.
2K.
Even his virtual version was trash. That's
But he a Hall of Famer though. Garnett was a dog.
Yeah.
Until he got older. That's it though.
That's
Cool. All right,
horrible.
KG, man. Holla.
I love that you went to Reddit. Look at you trying to do a little bit of journalism on the fly.
You know how
You
he
see
make that decision like that, bro? Who else from South Carolina? Just help with all the strippers and the pregnant baby mom and all that. Zion, right?
What?
Who get South Carolina? Who got called the guns? And from Memphis. Ja. South Carolina, y'all gotta do better, bro.
Come on,
South Carolina, y'all gotta do better, man.
Yeah, good point. What's going on down there in the water, man?
Oh my God, man. Get y'all ball players together.
What are y'all thoughts on Dwayne Wade, NBA champion? 3-time NBA champion, All-Star, Hall of Famer, philanthropist, entrepreneur, everything else that he does. Girl dad. Interesting. He joined the WNBA'S Chicago Sky ownership group.
Interesting.
Now, I see the play.
Get to it.
Right? I don't know. You leave Utah. Did you take your stake out in Utah? You couldn't get your son on there, right? And his son can hoop. There's no shade, no nothing. You tried it, right? I saw the play. Nothing wrong with that. I love that.
Right.
Now you're here. Now, if I'm being silly and stupid and I want to be corny, like, are you making a play for your daughter? You know what I mean? Early on, let's just call a spade now, and then with the court,
which would require the daughter to actually enjoy and want to play ball.
It would also require the laws to change, right? So we're gonna get into that.
Which daughter are you talking about?
Because
there's two. Okay, because let's be clear, because he has two.
That wasn't a baby though.
Okay,
he gonna be dead by the time she get old enough.
Oh, but
damn, you put him in the grave.
I'll kill everybody.
This is true.
I'll kill everybody, man.
Yeah, but and that's not that far. 15, 17 years.
Yeah,
and she got to be good.
All right, so here's the thing.
But his daughter's never have we ever seen her play ball or be interested in?
We don't know. Again,
I don't know if she really. She be a
fishing. I'm fishing. I don't know, but whatever the case.
Okay,
may be.
This is a
no, but I think it's cool that you're investing in the ownership of WNBA, right? So they need people like Dwayne Wade.
It won't save them.
To come in, right? Spend their money, right? Be a face. Be a face.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, the coach and the GM. Because I was like, what's the issue with having a coach and a GM? But not just somewhere else, but in the NBA.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the league is not going to die.
No,
it's not going to die.
It's well funded.
you're going to have people come in. You're going to have more celebrities come in. So I like the fact that he is on the forefront of his investments, right?
And diversifying his investments in the sport. I
Diversifying
like
his portfolio.
And at the crib.
I love that, right? But again, it's the WNBA. So there may be a ceiling. We don't know what that ceiling is just yet. But the way that these young women are getting buckets on the court, I'm watching. Because I went from not watching that shit at all to,
we're going the opposite way then. I've been a fan since the inception of WNBA. There's been no progress in the gameplay. I'm not trying to be sexist, but it does seem like for the game of basketball, which is a north, south, east, west vertical game, there's a ceiling to most women's game when it comes to verticality. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to burst and speed and strength, you know what I'm saying? The game's played a different way. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, where are the actual stars? It's become how about this? When it was purely about basketball with the Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, Rebecca Lobo, Dawn Staley, about basketball, I was tuned in. They're making it a soap opera now. You know, that may work for the NBA, but it's not working for the WNBA. For whatever reason, it's just not. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a sport where men and women's events can be watched with the same
Track
energy?
and field.
Yeah, track and field.
Is there any other? How about gymnastics?
I don't watch male gymnastics though. I watch women's gymnastics.
I do. Like
I think the women are better.
The floor exercise is crazy. Like they go.
I like that. Yeah,
I think the women are better.
And is there? I feel like there's
swimming too. Yeah, I do fuck with swimming.
Yeah. Okay. Tennis.
I don't really.
I won't watch it.
No,
I mean,
Serena bought me in.
Energy.
Yeah,
not
same
not
energy,
you,
yes,
but like
yes.
people watch it with the same energy. Like it's just as you can watch
Serena.
Venus and you could watch I don't even know
McEnroe,
a male.
Yeah.
I don't even know a man that plays
There's
tennis.
no female baseball. Women's college softball is pretty good. Doing the playoffs, obviously.
Golf, I guess, can be watched
I'm
with
not
the
watching
same.
golf.
Any kind of golf.
Well, you all don't, but
The
I'm saying with
lingerie bowl.
the same energy.
The lingerie bowl is also pretty tight, but there's no men's lingerie league. I wouldn't watch this shit if it was.
I think what you're saying is a sport where being man or woman
don't make a difference.
doesn't
Right,
make a
Track
people
and
are
field.
just watching
Yeah,
for the
track and
race. So
field.
track and field, I can see tennis, I can see gymnastics, just because of like the physicality, like to see the diversity of it. There's something just like very unique about basketball that separates the genders that always
Yes.
confuses me, because there are these other examples, or even like
athleticism
soccer.
and physicality is probably the two
Yeah,
major things.
It's
When
different.
you're dealing
I'm not
with
even
basketball.
hating. I mean, it's
But
just
no,
a
I
ceiling.
think it's interesting just
Yeah.
how like all these other sports that doesn't, like that.
Football's a no, because I don't want to see
Yeah,
women get hit by 300-pound dudes.
I've never seen a women's rugby match. I've never seen a rugby match.
That shit be tough though. They be gone. They be at it. Go ahead.
And roller derby.
I do like that though.
I used to
I do
watch that
dig
shit.
roller derby.
What y'all gonna do when like mid-season, like right after All-Star break, when the Sky's hit with a bunch of injuries and they can't get no players, and Dwayne Wade come out the locker room with Gabby Wig on, strapped in
Shut
uniform?
up.
What y'all gonna
That
do?
would be
Hold on.
a
The
movie.
first Juwanna Man, goddammit, let's go. The real life Juwanna Man, let's go.
It's
with
like
it.
a Juwanna Man remake.
What y'all gonna do, bro?
Well,
He gonna have 97 points in the first half.
bro, did you see Shorty knock down fucking 20 straight shots, the highest scoring 3-point shit ever?
What's the 3-point line? And that's you can shoot.
That motherfucker, bro,
She can shoot.
37. She missed
Yeah.
2 shots.
Yeah. The 3-point contest
bucket.
for the WNBA All-Star Weekend is
A
what we're talking
bucket.
about.
Now I would watch like an all-star, like men and women's. Like I think that would be interesting.
Against each other?
Yeah, like if it's just skills, like not playing against not.
Oh, skills.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
okay.
I can see skills more than I can
the
see
3-point shootout, yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
The skills challenge, yes. The
I
dunk
would love to
contest,
see
no.
that. I would love
Yeah.
to see that.
Can I hate
And
a
maybe
little
not the
bit?
dunk contest.
Please hate.
It's an
Please
open
hate.
shot.
Please hate.
It's an open shot that she shoot, and she's a known shooter. You leave Steph Cook. Craig Hodges is my favorite 3-point shooter of all time
Steph
in the
ain't never
contest.
scored 37.
How much Craig Hodges have in a row? How many hit in a row?
Not
Remember
20.
that?
Not
I
20.
think he cleared 3.5 racks without
Not
missing.
20.
Okay, that's fine too. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
saying, I thought that was dope.
And Julia Lloyd scored, I think, the most points in the WNBA
I don't know
All-Star
none
game.
of these people.
Yeah. See that? There
Men
you
be
go.
having so much random information about other men in life, but can't remember anniversary dates. What is that about?
What's that?
Y'all know stats for cats in college.
You know, hip hop's anniversary.
What you talking about?
You know, hip hop anniversary of hip hop is the 50 years this year.
Oh my God. Men
Kels,
never cease to impress me. You all know so much.
Kels, let me throw this to you.
The anniversary when you got the cherry pop. When you
No.
first got his first
Oh,
shot.
here
though.
we go.
No?
I set him up.
For
I
real.
started him up.
You got your first set. You remember that anniversary? When first
Even on
time
a
you smoked
Monday.
something. Shit. Turning anniversaries are important. But in most relationships, though, my fault, bro. In most relationships, the woman I watched my mom and dad do this. Even when I had a relationship for a while, and the first day we met, we honestly celebrated on the day. But I watched my mom remind my dad for like 2 weeks prior of the anniversary days, just so he make sure he wouldn't forget that shit.
Aww.
When we get with y'all, we really do appreciate y'all and for y'all for accepting the responsibility of reminding us when the date is.
I was told to just pick a day and like make it an anniversary. I was like, just pick any day. I'm picking election day.
Damn.
Yep. You'll never forget.
Y'all going to the polls for the date? Pause.
Hey.
Ooh.
I don't know what to say. Yeah.
No.
All of them.
You're so silly, man.
The FDA approves Opill, the first daily birth control pill without a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I want you to take off on this. What do you feel about this? What do you think about it? Good, bad, or indifferent? What are your thoughts, feelings?
I think making birth control more accessible is fair, especially for people in our community where getting to the doctor or getting to a physician or getting the health care that you need in a timely fashion might be an issue. As much as I love, my federal government support, being poor and seeking medical is really hard sometimes. And so if you can get any other contraceptive over the counter, so whether that's the Plan B pill, which by the way, I don't think that people really know how to use that pill. Like y'all got to read the instructions.
You like Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah, you can't you cannot, if you're ovulating, that's it. Like you just wasted $50. You might as well just go to Red Lobster.
Don't insurance Lobster Fest,
yeah,
baby.
Lobster Fest.
Love
instead of like buying this pill and chewing on it, it's not gonna work. But I think it's fair, especially for people who need an option that's more accessible. Because I will say, when you got to go back and get a prescription fill, oh my God, that's how you end up in a jam. You got to time it where it's like, all right, I got to get a refill. You got to put in the request for your refill. Maybe you have a new doctor. Now you got to go in for an appointment. By that time, you've missed 7-8 pills, and now you're back. Like now you got to figure out your cycle, and it just gets a lot of kids getting away.
I knew kids go. I get it. Wow, bars.
See a lot of kids in between there.
I knew some younger women that shared their fucking birth control. And so now, y'all short pills, but y'all still fucking like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like, I don't know how long. I've never taken birth control, never will. Not even to make one for men. How do you expect to be safe or shit to operate like it's supposed to operate or function like it's supposed to function if you like, it ain't like Advil, motherfucker, or you're
not wrong.
Your shit, man.
You figure it out. It's kind of like people short their penicillin. Like a lot of people don't take the full dosage of their medication because they feel better. So this isn't just like women and contraceptives. And sometimes you feel like, all right, well, I'm not dating nobody, or I'm not sleeping with nobody, or I don't have intentions on it, so I don't really need it. And you run the rest to your girl. I've never done that. I've always been, so proactive that I knew where to get, if I can't get to my doctor, or maybe I don't want to talk to my doctor because my doctor says stuff to my mom that maybe I don't want. Maybe I want to go to a clinic where I can use an alias and people don't know, what it is that I need. I think especially for younger women, as we kind of promote people to claim their sexuality, if you don't know how to access going to a clinic, now everybody knows where Walgreens is. And so going to the pharmacy and getting, what you need over the counter. But yeah, also just be safe and know when you ovulate, because there's only a certain number of days that you can get pregnant. So please know your body.
So they say that this pill will be available in stores, online,
next to the
early first quarter 2024.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Next to the motherfucking the little corn nuts in the aisle.
Yeah, and you know what? During COVID, they actually started the abortion pill, sending it so you wouldn't have to come in. And that was like a big deal. Like, I feel like anytime women's bodies come into conversation with politics and, childbearing, it just, it can get weird.
Mucks it up a lot.
Yeah, but we do need to talk about safe sex and people making conscious decisions on bringing life into the world and letting people know what's going on.
My issue is this, though. A lot of times, the people that will get this wrong, they're of the age where they don't process information correctly. They're easily influenced.
What you mean get it wrong?
And they think they fuck around. They just don't take the pills right. They don't do things correctly. You know what I'm saying? They get the pills to their girls. Hearing this may lead someone to think that, hey, I can get this pill over the counter now, this birth control over the counter. I can do more fucking. It's not telling y'all to go do more fucking. It's not telling y'all to do more fucking unprotected. It's just saying it's an option. If you make a decision with your body to where hey, you're sexually active and you want to be safe and you don't want to get pregnant, there's an option for you without prescription, a safer, like you're saying about the doctor telling your mom or your parents things that you don't want them to know.
That they shouldn't be telling.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Laws.
So this is an option for that. This is not a way around accountability. This is not a way around responsibility. Please do not look at this information or what we're telling y'all. Don't look at channel 2, 5, 7, 9, Fox, whatever, and hear this and say, oh, we can go fuck raw now because these other STDs are a real thing.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? It ain't just about pregnancy, okay? This covers birth. Not getting your ass burnt, not leaking, nothing. People don't process shit right, bro.
Yeah,
they get it wrong.
I'll also say this. This isn't, for me, I'm never taking birth control again. I'm done with it.
When did you? You bouncing out here in these streets.
Done with it.
You definitely got a 5-piece.
Man. Look, right. Right. 2 wings and a thigh.
On the real.
And I wanted more kids, right? But that medication did a number on my body. I've tried. I didn't have the shot and I didn't have the patch.
That bow?
It can't. Yeah, I remember. Like the options for what you can do to make sure you don't get pregnant, can actually cause you more harm.
Don't fuck.
And being sick or being overweight or dealing with depression. Like when I had the Mirena, it's that little thing that they put into your body and it's supposed to last for 10 years.
Was it
right?
UDI? UID?
It's an IUD.
IUD, damn.
It's an IUD. And so the doctor was like, oh, like it's time to take yours out. And I said, okay, cool. And then he said, just to prepare you. And anytime a physician is like, just to prepare you, like, all right, here we go. And he was like, you could bleed for up to 3 months.
Damn.
You could still get pregnant. Your cycle's going to have to balance out. You might suffer some mild depression, hair loss, diet changes, all of that. And all of that happened. When I tell you borderline suicidal, like hormones all over the place. And that happened every time I, started to disassociate from birth control or even like switching birth control. And I'm like, damn, I had an easier time being pregnant, so I feel like now that it's more accessible, please do pay attention to what it is that you want for yourself. Don't feel, especially men and parents, like we're not pressuring people to take medication that maybe isn't healthy for them or isn't the best option. There are other options like abstaining, right? There are options for penetration
just
areas.
Eat ass. eat
Pound town ass.
Right.
There are options to not get pregnant.
Goats, y'all still winning.
Yeah, but shout out to everybody who's making medication accessible to women to control their desires to be pregnant or not.
Facts.
All right. Well, let's give some Black excellence.
To me, thank you.
Here you go.
Yeah. Okay. Black excellence goes out to the county's first Black trans appointee. Takes public office, preserving Lake Michigan and her historic first. Shout out to Commissioner Precious Brady Davis, my neighbor, and my friend, my colleague. LGBTQ plus rights and environmentalist activists who will help steer water policy in Cook County. Take off, because I know this is your bag.
This is. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have Commissioner Brady Davis appointed. It's
Precious our first name, for real?
That is her first name, yes.
Interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Government first name?
I do not know.
Okay.
I don't know if she's legally changed
All
her
right,
name. But I love that she's being she when she ran, she did have an unsuccessful campaign.
It happens.
Commissioner Kim Dubuclet has been appointed.
Say that 3 times fast. What?
Dubuclet. It took me forever to get Commissioner Dubuclet's name correct. I had to say it slowly. But she now has been appointed to a position in the Illinois General Assembly, which left a seat open for MWRD. And so that had to be appointed by Governor Pritzker. And so after many calls and supporters had let him know this is the right person for the job, considering her background as a Sierra Club employee, very passionate about justice and equity across the board, understands environmental justice, understands water, like definitely a total badass for who it is we need making some of these decisions for Cook County, especially that flood that happened, 2,000 homes on the south and the west side, like people really struggling with understanding like how it is certain areas are flooding more than others and things like that. So really happy to have her on the team.
She gonna fix that?
No,
I hope she can.
I feel like at the very least, we have people that can translate this is the issue and this is how we can fix it. Because people were like, the city of Chicago needs to da-da-da. I'm like, well, it's not the city of Chicago. Like that they don't manage stormwater. That's MWRD. And so a lot of people were like, what? What are you talking about? Like,
Whatever
no.
saved downtown fucked my basement up. I wasn't happy about that. We rarely get floods. They input something so the downtown wouldn't flood. With the water system.
Yeah,
Yes,
they reversed the flow of the Chicago River.
And it went back and hit the west side. I had water from my fucking street up to my first lawn. I have 2 lawns.
Who was the motherfucker that was stuck in the motherfucking squad truck?
Whoever it is, he should be fired.
Yeah, that was dumb as
He should be
fuck.
fired.
That's
Bro,
your man.
Maybe it came too fast though.
Nah,
Do we know how he ended up in that position?
There's no
yeah,
way.
he drove in that motherfucking water.
The water ain't hit that. Yeah, he drove in
He
there.
drove in that
yeah.
water. You know what I'm saying?
That shit,
no.
yeah, that shit was
A
up
bus-
to
Did
the
he get out?
A bus, I hope not. I hope he's still there. A bus looked at the water and stopped, and you took your dumb ass around it. I was like, bro. And some dude car was floating and shit. I'm like, dog, he had a little Versa. Bro, get out of here.
What happens what happens with a flood with a whole bunch of electric cars?
It's over with.
Over with.
It's over with.
They're
It's done
supposedly like they're supposed to like disengage, but now I have
Nah.
this like question for
Nah,
the city just got like 20 new electric buses. We're promoting
Way
electrification,
too much to
and
do.
now we're flooding. Like, should we be worried?
They just really got the kinks out of if it's too cold, these electric vehicles wouldn't work.
Oh yeah,
They just got them kinks
Welcome to
out. Like
climate
they're not ready
change.
for water yet. You know what I'm saying? It's goofy. All y'all them Teslas that thought y'all was cute and they got cold outside, y'all was stuck. Your car wouldn't charge up.
Well, they got flying cars coming. I believe 2026 been approved. Yeah,
I'll definitely get one of those.
we can't even fly
Crash and
drones.
burn.
I'm just saying they out here.
So do they expect you to stop at a stop sign if you got a flying car? Bro, I'm gone.
So supposedly they have to coordinate with the FDA.
Yeah,
No, aviation. Excuse me.
What you call the FDA? Food and Drug Administration?
No, what's the other one? Aviation.
Yeah, something I know
whatever,
something
whatever. Because what is that?
it's a hiccup when you lying. That's when I get a hiccup when you lie.
So it's something based on like how high you are.
Yeah.
Right? And some other shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the cars are.
I don't want cars over me.
I'm
I
with that
don't
shit.
either, though.
Fuck
I
you
won't be
mean.
in the car.
When the traffic bogus,
You ain't like Fifth
I'm
Element?
out of here.
No,
Loved it.
I don't
Love
want to
Element.
be. I want to be grounded. I want to be
Yes.
able to like no.
And they will have the Ubers.
Imagine valet. Rode the valet with your shit floating.
What? Fire.
Come on, man.
Pull up.
Man, I wish my man would call me. Like, I'm stuck in the air. No, you better jump.
I'm stuck in there.
Jump out
So it,
and get here on time.
that's fucked up.
Who's gonna be able to afford to do that though?
Nobody in
right
Chicago.
now, I think it's 250, 300. You know what I'm saying?
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
So
What if you
it's-
run out of whatever it is keeping you up there? Are you liable for whatever you hurt or
If you
harm
just
on your
down.
way down?
And you can probably gonna have a
I
concussion.
mean, look, they're going to test this thing like crazy.
Man, there's definitely gonna be no fly zones.
Yeah, but when
There's
it
gonna be areas where no fly.
when it becomes available and I can afford it, I'm on that.
Is there a weight capacity?
I'm going to get a
Probably
used.
No
so.
shade.
Fuck
I
you,
heard
ain't no shade.
it's
Fuck
made
you.
out of the same shit that little submarine made out of.
The
when you go see
carbon.
Titanic. And I heard it's made out of that shit though. So that's your
No,
first sign right there though.
bullshitting.
I'm definitely making that shit
Yeah,
up.
you bullshitting.
I don't. Yeah, well, I mean,
you
would
got control
y'all,
like with the controller too though.
would y'all get on an electric plane?
Nah.
Wait a minute. Wait, so y'all think that these vehicles not going to be electric, but you wouldn't get on an electric? You
Wait.
get on an electric flying car, but not an electric flying plane?
If an electric plane fuck up, it's gonna fall from so many more thousand feet.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? For real. That's
Well,
a
maybe
big
the
difference.
gas engine pops on. Well, United Airlines has the prototype that they're building for the very first electric airplane.
Dear heavenly whoever you are, let me be dead by the time all this shit comes into play.
have
I don't
fun.
want no part of this. Because eventually they force you to doing things. Like
Well, I mean, it's
remember
that or
people-
don't go.
People were staunchly against, electric banking and ordering online. That's all people got and do now. So eventually the world forces you to get in line.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, do y'all bank black?
No.
Yeah, my wallet's black. You know what I'm saying?
Would you move any portion of your money to a black bank?
I would.
For sure.
I would.
All right. So if I dared everybody to open a bank account in the next 30 days
With the
black
AKAs?
bank, that's a nice lead in. I don't know if like I don't is it like the credit union with the police where you have to be a police officer to be a part of the credit union?
For theirs, yes. For ours, excuse me.
You are not.
I am.
He said for hours.
He did.
For hours.
You
No,
are really
for
good
hours.
with posing. You are
No, it's a real thing.
You are not.
I would though. I would move a small amount over, see how it does.
Okay.
And actually,
You can get my life savings though.
Our interest rates are better than most credit unions.
Who is ours? Where's the bank that you? Which one?
So Washington.
Why you give it to him?
Oh, I just asked me.
No,
my
he
bad.
don't even know where the other one at.
Come on, man.
Oh, honey,
Where the
11.
ATMs at?
I'll show
I
you.
do love
I'll
the
show you.
personal ATMs, like go with no
that's
fees.
funny.
No fees.
That great
All right, so
rates, man.
30 days, everybody got to open up an account. It doesn't matter if it's a virtual bank
It
or
is one in Hyde Park, though, right?
no. There's one in Bronzeville.
What happened to the one in Hyde Park?
A black-owned bank?
Yeah, the Hyde Park Bank I thought was black-owned.
No, Hyde Park Bank is not
I
black-owned.
definitely don't know that. I don't.
Okay.
Well, so there's 25 black banks left, but shout out to the AKAs for opening their own credit union. Like that's the type of stuff I
What
like
color
to
is the
see.
bank? Is it pink and green?
You know it's gonna have all of that in there.
Yeah, so
I don't want no pink and green card though, man.
Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. This is Black Excellence, okay? Established first ever black-owned, woman-led FMO credit union. What the fuck does FMO stand for?
Fuck my opposition
Okay, we're not gonna do that on a segment.
for my
Female
opinion.
money only. I don't know. What is FMO?
You didn't look it up?
Did
Feminine-
you?
I didn't know you were gonna
market-
ask that.
No, feminine marketing opportunities. That's what I heard.
FMO.
FMO.
I just made that up too.
Interesting.
That was good though.
Y'all be making y'all just okay. I guess we do have to like make sure what does FMO stand for?
What else? What else about it though?
Hey man, look. First of all, I love the fact that black women have come together. Did something that's new,
Right.
even needed. Okay, and I'm sure there are at least 1 million AKAs.
That bank should never go under, should it?
At all, right?
Oh, okay.
If
Might
y'all
become part of the
if y'all can get in line and school or whatever they do
Oh my God.
and stroll and whatever the fuck they do.
Why you gotta move your body like that when you
clap
do
and
that?
dance? You motherfuckers better be.
They don't support the WNBA. Why they gonna support this?
Oh,
That's okay.
Watch. If it's dependent upon women only, it's
four
not
members
gonna
only.
survive.
4 members only. It's what it.
Four
what it says.
AKAs only.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like it said, just
members only.
like with the.
See y'all, shorty. See y'all in the afterlife.
But I think it is leverage for how it is that an organization can capitalize off of their membership. And
Facts.
so if it is like, you know what, we want to make sure that we are in control of extending microloans specifically to the people
Based
that
in
are
Chicago
part-
too. Let me be clear. Sorry
Right. That,
Only
that-
one.
What?
for now.
Okay.
I'm quite sure they'll probably open up different
Branches.
across like where it makes sense in like key markets. But the fact that we know that banking and equity is rampant, and for over 100 years we have not been able to get access to a line of credit or to have accounts that make sense for us as people of color, Black people, poor people. I'm in love with the idea of more credit unions and us being in control of capital.
Well,
Shout out to
it's
them.
fully digital. Okay, it says every member will be an owner of the credit union.
That's amazing.
So they're giving stake in that.
Shout out to
That's a good
leadership
play.
that's really
That's a good play,
thinking
though, yeah.
about, where money is held and who's managing it and working together with that. And I hope to see more of that in other industries and organizations. It like, what if we end up with like the Divine Nine credit union? You know what I mean? Like how
be
much
fun.
wealth is within those members of society, and what could change because they move their money around.
Chicago might be a bad spot for it, though. It might be a bad spot because we mentioned this last week, and I'm not throwing no shade. I'm just throwing what statistics and studies are throwing out here at us, and you can kind of see it with your own eyes. Black wealth is diminishing at a record pace in Chicago. A record pace. So, I mean, kudos to the bank for doing that. Hopefully they succeed. That's all I got.
Well, I wonder, we know that Chicago's is losing most of its Black population. Every 10 years, we lose about 10%. So we're 30% down over the past 30 years. So when Black people leave Chicago and stay in Illinois, they stay in Cook County. if you're a Black person and you leave Cook County, you're out of Illinois. Most people are moving to places like Texas, Arizona,
Arizona.
Georgia. Places
Y'all leave
that are
Arizona
hot.
alone, guys. I'm trying to retire there. You motherfuckers fucking it up.
It's hot down there.
I mean, look at I'm no shirt forever.
It's places where they're like, there's no more water for you. Like there are whole towns that are like whoever they were buying their water from told them like, we're not selling you any more water. We don't have any water to sell you.
Pull the strap out then. I'm gonna take some water.
Now,
Fuck it.
it's not clear if it's open to everybody. It just says that's what the FMO stands for.
Four members only. So it might be active members.
That too. Or it could be like the naval credit union.
I can't see them turning down someone that's not an AKA.
I can.
I can. I mean, the police department's credit union does that. Like, it is a credit union for police officers and their family members. Yeah. And so the only people that can open an account is a police officer or but you have to. My mom has to sign off on my account. So, as soon as my mom's account is done, I was like, can I still when you transition, you die? Can I still keep my account? She was like, I guess we'll have to ask.
You'll find out.
We'll find out.
Clean out.
Yeah. So now you understand why I have several.
Well, who do you trust more to open the bank? The Deltas, the AKAs, the Qs, the Kappas,
definitely not
the Sigmas. Who do you trust more?
Boots for everybody.
Sigma, Gamma, Rho. You know what I'm saying? Who do you trust more to open the bank? You know.
I think I would say all of them.
The Qs would have a fun bank.
Their bank would be.
It'd be fun as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could definitely see like the decor being very interesting going into a Q bank.
Then the Kappa's bank would be like fucking Candyland, all in red and white. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Alphas, they got a Vice Lord goddamn bank, all in black and gold. What are they doing? Goddamn it! The Deltas.
They would probably have like a concierge. I could see like the Alphas having like something super bougie with like a. I can see that, bro. Get your car washed and something like that. They be super.
Which one will have happy endings? For real, for the
land of you.
Who had a whole hearty laugh on that one. I'm no longer in this. I don't want to offend anybody.
Because they're going to try to outdo each other.
I know, but now I'm like completely verbally uncomfortable with connecting myself to any of these remarks, considering my children are on their way to college and everybody got goals. This is not me.
What is in these Sigmas candy dish? Everybody had a little complimentary candy dish. What's in their candy dish, bro, for the Sigmas? What they got in there?
It got to be blueberry and coconut.
What kind of candy?
The Sour Patches. They come in all different flavors and shit.
The fact that you know that there's a coconut Sour Patch Kid and you are so for real about it.
That is problematic.
You're like the Snap King right now. He like, fuck you mean? I put it in my juice. You eat the baby snacks.
Nah,
hell he did. You know he did. You know he did.
You don't be sharing it with the baby?
Nah, man. Like if I got a plate, he run, jump in my lap, and he'll eat more than me. And then he's mad when it's gone. You know what I mean? Like fam, it's gone. Fam. Like, it's no more. Yeah. Like,
that's not how that baby sounds.
In my mind, like, dude, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up.
It's all good, Giovanni.
Yo. Oh, shout out to Boo. Baby Boo.
Yeah, man.
Put a shirt on, man. Put a shirt on.
Telling the baby put a shirt. Put a shirt on, man.
Don't put a shirt on next time.
No, not ever. Not ever.
What the fuck I was looking at, bro? You're gonna say, look at my arm. Well, fuck your arm, man.
You should in your push-ups. Yes, you see the definition. I
didn't want to turn over and start breastfeeding, boy. Fuck about it,
man. You were out of control for that.
See, man.
It was too early in the morning.
I'll give you credit for this, though, bro. You have no shame in taking your shirt off and just do what the fuck you do, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Do we care about Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Jeffrey Manor?
Stepping down as president of Rainbow Push.
Yeah, I say yes.
He had a good run.
Well, he got stage something Parkinson's now.
Yeah.
It's affected me. You can't be effective or efficient in a leadership role when you're deficient as a person. Not saying your skills or you as a human being, but you have to have a certain acumen. And you have to have your wits about you when you're talking and being a leader of people. He had, like you said, he had a great run, man. I mean,
living legend.
All the jokes people got to get new jokes now. They say Jesse been where everybody done got killed and assassinated. He been somewhere in the building. They say it's fucked up the fact he's still alive. I mean, white people ain't scared of him as a leader because he's very safe.
That's an interesting take.
We always say on the show,
as if we really know all of. Yeah.
Take off though. Go ahead.
I am.
Take off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, now now you can't make fun of him. And his speech pattern that all the comedians did though. This is the Reverend Jesse Jackson. You know, that's dead now though. But and on a serious note, it's still disheartening. I say this every time to watch our past leaders just books closed, chapters in his book closed, man, because we don't know who's going to be the main character in the fight for Black activism and things like that though.
Well, what about his replacement, Frederick Haynes III?
Fuck is that?
I don't know. That's what I was asking. Hoping.
Oh my God.
Is he a rapper?
Anytime you got a third on your last name, that means it was three motherfuckers.
I mean, two of y'all fucked up already.
Yeah, two motherfuckers before you.
I was wondering if you was going to correct your own counting in your head.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, two of y'all didn't get the job done already, right? Count on number 3.
And that's so narcissistic to have a third.
I mean, how active are you all in the issues of like NAACP and Urban League? I'll start off with this. How aware are you about the mission and goals of the existing administration of the Urban League and NAACP?
I'll tell you this. To answer your question, not that active, right?
Okay.
But I will say, I've heard Dr. Umar like completely go in on them and what they're doing and trying to do and what they've never done.
Interesting.
But he's also the same man that's been building a fucking
I'm in road for that school already.
For 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
The grad chapter.
so love the Dr. Umar, but again, don't know. So I don't want to speak.
How about you?
Misinformed.
How aware or active are you?
I stopped caring about 10 years ago. But I placed my activism and my issue awareness on those local and around me that I could affect personally. You see what I'm saying? Like when the youth have questions about different politicians and policies and, maybe water and food and taxes and things like that and voting, I give them what I have and I try to go get information so I can give them. That's what mine is based on, because when I realized how much of a game is being played, no matter how much you believe in the organization, how good you may think they are, what they tell you, there's always other shit going on. And you always find out after the fact, there's always shit going on, man. So I had to stop because I don't want to hate what people were doing because I know something else was going on.
Okay. All right.
Do you have anything on Brother Haynes or no?
Oh, I don't know him.
What about Jesse?
No, I have been following his son, Congressman Jackson, and kind of looking to see what he's doing in his position. I definitely decided that at the very least, 1, to be my best Black self every day. And then 2, I joined the Metro Board of the Chicago Urban League. And I think it was important for me to understand, like, I have it in me to send $25 a year. I have that in me. And coming from a city like Chicago where we see activism happen at multiple levels and also being the recipient of the benefits of it, as well as some of the shade, because this is definitely a city where some shade keeps you cool,
Nice. Bars.
But
way better bars than mine.
But I do think it's important for those of us that are upwardly mobile, that have degrees, that own property, that are, entrepreneurs, that we at the very least understand who is at the level advocating for policies that protect our rights, whether that's our right to vote, through redistricting, which is some shit like prison gerrymandering, how we let that ride in Illinois, even though we know at the level of voters in Cook County, we can pass state legislation.
Yep.
I think that we have to be more present in saying this is how we want to see, certain things look in order for us to engage. But the time for us to, like, we can't be as hands off, like, oh, that's just whatever. Like Black Lives Matter turned 10 this year, I think. And a lot of people were asking, like, well, how do you feel about what they've accomplished in 10 years? And I thought how interesting here this kind of group comes, but nobody really asked me about NAACP or Urban League, right? The longer standing social.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Like, it's not like, where is our advocacy as millennials?
Hashtag. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking hashtag.
What, Black Lives Matter?
Yes, it's a fucking hashtag.
It's also a way people feel. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I apologize. Not like a mine. You know what I'm saying? It's a way people
Everybody
feel.
cuts everybody off here.
Even though I didn't agree with what that organization was doing, I believed in the moniker that Black lives, they do absolutely fucking matter. So I always say that shit with my chest, because you matter, Little homie matter. Little sister girl matter. My mama
Everybody
matter.
on them little boats on Sunday matter.
They don't matter. They do not. The boats don't matter either, though. Y'all boats don't matter.
Your boats don't
You know what
matter.
I'm saying? Black boats don't matter. You turn that from the water. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't nobody in that water.
Nah, I bet you it wasn't, though.
It was dry swimsuits everywhere, except for in our hot tub that was on the top deck.
Talk that shit there. See, she get back to you for the yacht weekend, bro.
Goof ass.
Hey, talk some more shit, because he went on the yacht without you. Didn't even invite you.
You did, and it went live.
Fam.
Had the nerve. At least I waited
Showing all his
24
teeth,
hours
too.
until after I was done.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Come on, Bill.
I cannot take
You know
you.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. Abasi.
Sir.
CPD superintendent candidates. They've been narrowed down
To 3, right?
to 3.
3.
Ow.
Okay. Before we get into the 3 candidates, I know it's 2 from Chicago and 1 from out of state. My question is this: What does a cop's resume have to look like to even be qualified or considered for that position? Like, as a PO, could I say, "Fuck it, I want to be superintendent," or do I have to be?
You can't run for that shit. Like, nah.
So I
You get promoted. Go
And
ahead.
then, add on to that, is this the first time that there was like community input
Absolutely.
for, and talk a little bit about
Yep.
how that is
lead.
being taken into consideration for the mayor's decision?
For
if you
basic
can.
stages of this process, they let the community have a say in it, which is pretty cool. I hope people took from that the fact that you can communicate and talk to police. And you do matter in these communities. You have bad people in communities, you have bad police officers. You have bad bosses at your job, you have bad bosses in the police department. But once it gets to a certain level of the process, they're kicking all y'all ass out of the goddamn room. Trust me. It's not going to be about y'all anymore. The 3 people they have, I mean, usually these commanders, they have 1,000 like bows and ribbons on their goddamn chest. You see them looking all decorated. Having to be made of. It'd be like, I'm going to get you, sucker, for needle knot tying, frisbee throwing, selling the most goddamn Girl Scout cookies. It'd be some of the worst simple shit ever. Like, bro, take all this shit off your goddamn vest. Or your blazer, your reefer. That's the name of that thing.
yeah, that's what we call it.
It's goofy, yeah. But you got to get promoted. And still, I don't give a fuck what people say. Chicago is a who you know place. So to get to the upper echelon and the ranks, it's a who you know deal. Who owes who a favor? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you owe me, you got my son out this jam, or you help me get promoted. Hey, my son taking this test. When he pass it, pull him. They have a merit program, a meritorious promotion program, you know what I'm saying, where, you can pull people up that may not have done as well on the test, but because they know who they know, they get pulled up.
That's how they did me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of the 3 candidates, you have novelists, you have Sean Barnes, you have Larry Snelling. I am really hoping that Larry Snelling gets the nod, man, because
Larry Snelling's from the crib.
from the crib, bro, you know how many, I like to give people kids, pause. I like to give the OGs of certain categories kids. Larry Snelling has a lot of kids came through the academy. He was our PT instructor. This dude, if you had 4 classes a day, he would run 4 times a day with every class. He would work out with you. All this shit, bro. You could go talk to him. All this shit, man. Larry's one of the dopest. Besides my man, Officer Metcalf, who's the best HR I've ever had in my life when it comes to officers. Larry Snelling, he was the man. So I'm hoping that somebody from the crib that's been through the ranks, seen, even though he's been inside quite a bit, which bothers some people, but he's from the crib, and he's seen the shortcomings of the department year after year. We need somebody like that, though, for real.
All right.
If it's not me, because hey, boy, let me be superintendent, brother. It's going down.
Now the crazy part I thought was like if the mayor doesn't select either one of them, the slate's clean and it's like on to the next.
They finna tell Brandon who to pick.
Who was they?
The upper echelon police department.
elites.
They're gonna tell you who's gonna make you look good as a mayor.
It's
Who's mostly in line with you? I'm sorry. Who's mostly in line with what you seeing, what you think? Because people want a Cato. People love Cato. I got a funny story about Cato at a crime scene.
Who was Kato?
He was from the department. He was a boss. And either 11 or 15 or something like that. But black officers loved him. A lot of people they say, man, he for the people, he for the people. One day I saw somebody, how something happens and we have crime scene tape, and they're stupid people. You do not walk through crime scenes.
At all.
At all.
Fucking up my crime
So
scene.
someone walks through a crime scene, 2 officers stop him. They remove the guy from the crime scene. Now, Cato happens to be on scene this day. The guy over there starts making a fuss a fuss and fight and talking crazy shit. Cato goes and talks to this guy, comes back, gets the 2 officers, and has complaints put against them. I'm like, bro, that story right there, I'm looking like, I would never vote for this man for nothing. Because the officers did their job. That's how you stop police from being good police, shit like that. I got started a long time ago. I got started 19 years ago, and I ain't been the same since then. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but did they do something?
No.
Well, I mean, but did the citizen have the right to?
No, you can't walk through a crime scene.
No. That's not the point.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to say is, did he protect the citizen's right to do what he had access to do, which is file a report? Right? Like, it doesn't mean that that he agreed with it, but did he impede on someone's rights, or did he protect them? Because isn't that what a good cop does? And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have done their job. I'm just saying, like, all right, well, you have the right to. We're not going to take it seriously.
Where's the on-scene investigation though? Like, you know, that was not. I hear you, and you know what?
Yeah,
every citizen has a right to file a complaint.
What does that mean?
On-scene investigation.
This was stupid.
Shut up. Oh, okay.
I liken that to me showing up at a domestic and dude beat the fuck up, scratched up all the shit, but shorty saying he hit me. That just looks weird. Now, I liken it to that situation because on the crime scene, there's red tape, yellow tape. There's 2 perimeters you got to go through. You made it through somebody because it was very busy out there. They got you, didn't push you, didn't shove you, didn't do none of that. They escorted you. Use the word escorted on purpose because that's what actually happened. Escorted you out the scene. Ain't no hands-on pushing. You mad because you couldn't do what the fuck you wanted to do. But it is their right to file a complaint.
And he made sure that person knew, if that's what you wish for, let me direct you on how to do that. And it is what it is. You know, like, I think that's
why his ass out of that now. Good.
Who?
Kato. He ain't part of the final 3.
Oh, well, I mean, I would prefer officers to protect people's rights.
But do you think it's more important for someone who's been through the ranks, who's been in these streets of Chicago, to be from Chicago as a superintendent, rather than bringing someone from the outside? Again,
the outside shit got to die, man.
We've done Jody Meeks,
McCarthy,
right? It never works out. And
Brown.
And they leave. And they leave and go back to doing what they're fucking doing.
Get the bag and bounce.
You know what I mean? So I think, or I would hope that our mayor picks someone.
I mean, he's not from Chicago, so.
No, but we're not going to do that, though. In this case, I'm going to give him, because he's still affiliated with the city. Like, even if you're from the suburb, and I gave him shit from being from the suburb. I did. But you spent time in Chicago, right?
He's like Garnett, maybe? I don't know.
Hey, I see what you did. I'm not mad at that. But at least he has a fingerprint more than someone from Ohio.
I mean, but
from New York,
Texas.
You know what I mean?
Someone could argue that you also, coming from the inside, already have debts,
biases. Yeah.
Oh, and so
you will.
It's do you trust the person to understand how to leverage their network and keep some of those debtors from cashing in when, you know, it's time for the community to win? Do you think that person has the ability to do that? Or do you go with somebody who's completely new and has to figure it out and trust that they'll be able to, you know, do the same and favor the community? And so I think he has a very challenging decision to make because as us being a global city and everybody's eyes on us, like the investments that people are unwilling to make until things look different is very real, you know, for our community. It has implications for Black people in Cook County and honestly, Black people in the metro Chicagoland area, moving all the way to Kenosha, Wisconsin. So I hope whoever he selects has the ability to keep everybody together, use COPA, you know, in a way that's complementary and help the public understand this partnership between COPA and you know, this kind of transition in CPD. And we'll see what happens.
Well, I hope as the new superintendent, he's able to identify, who's behind the so-called teen takeovers downtown. Because this is a problem.
It is, man. It is.
This is a problem.
It is.
I mean, who's behind it?
There's no end in sight.
Who's behind the teen takeover, right? Because
like you think it's what, like a syndicate, like a?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely a small group that send these out.
And they snitch on themselves. They have a whole Facebook page, a whole IG page, showing you where they're gonna be at, what they plan to do, and I don't understand.
So is it really snitching or is it marketing? We should probably pick up some tips because we could probably get hella followers if we use the teen takeover method on our social media platform.
That's kind of crazy.
I bet you parents are motherfucking.
They winning out here.
Know where their kids
they
is.
They got 1,000 1,000 people to show up. If they can get 1,000 people to go outside, we can figure out what they did to
1,000
get
unemployed people. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, they got them go outside.
I mean, they selling dreams, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy, man, because for years, we've been trying to locate, find on some dark web shit,
Dark web shit.
where this comes from, man, because a lot of times these groups get together and they don't hurt nobody, but you can't have idle minds in one place for too long because you got the one person that get the crowd going on bullshit and not enough leaders, but way too many followers. And now you get to doing dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? And the worse, the longer these things go on, these trends happen or are a thing, the worse they're going to become because we got like 700 people in the academy, I think, right now. That'll give us maybe 10,000 police officers. How many people in Chicago?
2.7 million.
You'll catch 300 people at a beach at one time, and the cops are spread across the city. So if something's happening, we have to take time to get there. The cops that are there aren't prepared. We don't have our riot helmets and all this shit with us right there, and things go from 0 to 100 really, really quick, man.
Real quick.
I just wish there was a way to, you know what I'm saying, stop these kids from motherfucking showing up. I think, if your kid get caught at a trend and he get caught and we know the parent is, we're going to post your credit score, your bank account number. See, I broke you. That's why your kids is out there. We're going to embarrass you. Since your kid embarrassed the whole goddamn city, we're going to embarrass your ass. I bet you stop the end, though.
Downtown Day was a good example of like you could have structured experiences for teens and it be, healthy and good for them.
Well, I have one thing I want to bring to the table. And this is very unfortunate. There's a
you in no shirt?
A new 10 crack commandments, if you will. Okay?
Fentanyl.
Somebody remade Biggie?
Fentanyl.
Now when I heard Biggie, I didn't want to go out and, follow his 10 crack commandments. There's a young guy.
I did.
And I'm gonna play this.
Okay.
And then I'll let y'all respond. Let's go ahead.
Can we actually
listen up? I'm finna show y'all how to hit a bank. Just pay attention. This is a quick way to jug in any state. First, you want to get a bank log from a trusted site. Do your research because the information must be right. You gotta be on point. Don't be sitting around trying to get high. Hit a big play. Don't get booked for a petty ass crime. Do they got Verizon or they work for Sprint? You gotta know that if you want to hit this lick, you gotta call up to the company and SIM swap that bitch so you can get the phone calls and text message that they get. You need that so you can log in with the code. But before you do that, make sure that you don't do this wrong. Now let me find out that your dumbass tried to log in through the phone. You gotta change the location into their home. For that, you're gonna need an RDP server. It should come with their IP. You gotta plug it in the server. This might be a little hard, but it's hard being a worker. The bank will get their money back, so ain't nobody hurting.
Hey.
You just got in the account. Don't be getting too excited when you see the first amount. Cause there's a certain way you gotta wire all the money out. Don't be fucking up the player. You gon' sit there down and out. Now you need a runner you can wire all the money to. Make sure you break them off a good amount. They gon' want money too. You might need them for another play. Let them run in for you. Some banks be asking hella questions, so it's hard to do. Okay, you SIM swap, got a runner in a bank. Now it's time for you to wipe down all the money that they made. Go and send the wire out, send it straight to the runner's bank. If you did everything right, then it's gonna be a piece of cake. Listen.
Now.
Shout out to banking and equity. Making criminals on it.
Man, shout out to motherfuckers.
We acting like the banking sector don't rob and steal. Who just got caught from what bank was that? That was just on the news.
Oh,
Chase, Wells.
the white bank out in
yeah.
LA, right?
What they do?
They thieving.
Yeah,
they're starting accounts without people's permission,
and
like
then
adding fees.
And then Chase came and bought it.
Yeah,
out.
like this right here is light work compared to what it is.
Okay,
that
so
we
here's the thing, right?
experience.
He just gave the quote unquote blueprint on how to scam, right? And he says, hey, man, the money is FDIC insured. You got to use the RDP, the R2D2 to send the money here, and this, that, and the third, whatever, right?
All public knowledge, right?
Clearly.
Okay.
Clearly. Now.
Know-how is the problem.
Now, I'm concerned about how many people are going to actually try to follow this.
Somebody already booked already. Somebody already booked, bro. You already know it.
A lot.
They
So
did it wrong.
again, the young folks snitching on themselves. This is not the move. And I mean, clearly he can't be locked up for it because it's a form of expression.
But do you think now they definitely investigating him
for sure
right now already?
For sure.
Okay.
And anything that he's done prior.
He can't tap his card, swipe his card. No, they on his heels.
I mean, but I feel like we tell people how to hurt us or how to do weird stuff all day, every day.
That's true.
So for example, when going back to the city flooding, MWRD came out with a press release. And in that press release, it literally gave the blueprint for like, if you want to fuck up Chicago, this is how you do it. It literally gave the lines all right, this is how you could impact our. If this one thing happened, it would be disastrous. I was like, oh, thanks. You just told everybody how, but that's not. You're not. And so even with that, I'm like, all right, we're giving information that everybody should have, but somebody can take that and turn it around and use it for malicious, intent. So I'm quite sure people are going to attempt and try. Now, this might actually help some of our kids do better with being on computers. Because we are right. Let's just think about this. It's almost an arms race. So we're talking about how technologically unsavvy, some communities are. They don't have access to technology. And then you get these posts or music that inspires people to learn how to do something. And I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm wondering how many people are now trying to become computer literate because they're trying to hit a lick. And at the very least, now you know how to start an email.
Hey, I want. That's true. That's a good point.
I'll try and see the bright side of things.
Bossy don't know how to do one, so he may need to get the whole album.
You made him fake chuckle. That was good.
Fucking I'm just gonna grade his rapping. His rapping wasn't bad.
I thought it was Blueface.
Breath control was decent.
That shit was terrible.
No, I didn't say what he was talking about was good.
No.
His rapping wasn't bad. To fit so many syllables inside the ones and threes of the fucking beat was actually pretty cool.
Did
his
he
breath
speed it
control
up?
Was cool. He sounded like a Detroit motherfucker. You do. Something from Detroit, bro.
It sounded like it was sped up on 1.5.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it's amazing how many people use their motherfucking superpowers for evil. He's definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud him for that.
I mean, 47% of black people are unbanked or underbanked, right? And so right. I kind of feel like, is this a bit of Robin Hood? Could you count this as Robin Hood?
That boy going to jail.
Yeah, soon enough.
Well, see,
is he responsible if somebody actually does it and it works?
You said public information, so no. But the know-how, he gave him the know-how, and that's what we look at when we look at people that buy bomb material and then find out how to put the bomb together online. It's the same goddamn thing.
So you can have everybody has access to the information on how to do it. So if you teach yourself how to do it because you were curious and it went to the left,
they got curious jail time.
Okay, there's curious jail time. And then there's execution of I wanted to see what happened for my curiosity.
Execution jail time.
And then I told people how to do it.
They got telling jail time.
Got it.
They got jail time for everything.
So they gonna charge him with a RICO?
Boy, you stupid, dog.
Could they for his track?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't there that law that you can't indict people because of the music that they make?
True.
Or is that only in California?
Yeah, they not motherfucking honoring that in a lot of places,
they
man.
They passed that in California, but they'll
so many questions.
They'll try to use it. I just thought that was very, very
funny.
interesting.
It was funny as fuck, though.
You know,
was he white or what? Light skin?
Light skin.
Okay.
You know.
See, hey, y'all are doing too goddamn much.
Who's
Knock
y'all?
it off. Light skin people.
Talk too much.
Sean.
Sean. Yeah, every light skinned dude named Sean and shit. OC. What do you think about the NBA considering two prominent U.S. cities for expansion teams, Las Vegas and back to Seattle?
Let's just flip that right now. What cities do you think do not deserve a goddamn team? You know what I'm saying?
What does that even mean?
What states? Excuse me. What cities? What states?
Montana.
Facts.
Nebraska.
Facts. Well, where's
Why?
Oklahoma? Don't worry about it.
Oklahoma.
Wyoming. I know where it is.
Oklahoma is down there by Nevada.
Right.
Right.
Wyoming. The Dakotas don't deserve nothing.
We need to take
the
DC
Dakotas
back.
Don't deserve.
We need to take DC back.
And then Middleton could possibly fund that specific team. The Las Vegas Aces is the champions for the WNBA. Yes, I told you I watched this shit since the inception. A male team could probably fund them too, though. But Vegas is a spot where Vegas is giving away money, obviously. The Raiders just went there. The Oakland A's are going there. And possibly the basketball team.
Vegas has no water.
Work there.
Does Pennsylvania need a basketball team?
Vegas has no water. Don't put anything there. Don't do that.
So cool, though.
It's hot as fucking.
Yeah, I wouldn't put no stadium there. I would if you plan on using it as shelter in the event of an emergency.
That's fucked up.
I would. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'm not bidding anything south of the Mason-Dixie line.
If the Lakers, I
think it's a poor investment. I think they should put stadiums in places where there's water.
All right, before we get out of here, let me ask you.
We just want to watch basketball.
Yeah, that's it. Like Las Vegas Summer League be cracking.
It
You know what I'm saying? UNLV.
Dehydrated and hot.
Yeah, good for them.
You said good for him. I'm not getting off my water kick.
Kels, let me ask you this. Do you think men like when other men heart their pictures?
Huh? Wait, say that again. Who's hearting whose pictures?
Like on social media.
When another man hearts another man's
Okay, so you
picture
have
rather
a
than
photo,
like.
and you are the viewer, and you hit heart.
Rather than the like.
Right.
Or the
Do
or the
I
ha-ha.
think that men don't like that when other men
You
do
think
it?
men like that? You said don't like or like?
Don't like.
I don't think men care. I don't think men care about what the people are communicating about what they posted.
If it's a picture, I don't, don't.
So
heart
I
the
mean, but
picture.
it could
Like
be you
it.
and your wife. I love that. I love that for you. It could be you just graduated. Like
If
I
it was just
love
him.
that for you.
Just him, just like
Yeah,
selfie.
just
Okay.
The post the other
I-
day, it was just him.
With yeah.
Yeah.
Your photo that you posted?
Yeah, and so everybody posted a selfie.
everybody post,
You
And I'm like,
everybody
I
post
almost
that.
got as many likes as he did, and he posted original pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, though.
I definitely think you loved all of that. You loved all of the love.
So the people that hearted your picture, you didn't like the hearts on your picture? And then, did it bother you or something?
No, I'm just asking, like, if you scroll down, right? So men will like or heart a woman's picture, right?
And you talk about a photo of her.
Photo of her.
Photo of her, yeah.
But you keep scrolling, then a man hearts another man's picture.
And that's my brand you're wearing. I love it.
I'm going
Okay,
simply off this
okay.
though.
Yeah, I honestly think that men are, if you try and put these weird boxes around how it is y'all communicate, that's what makes it weird. But if everybody just leaves it alone, men just show each other
It
love.
should be okay.
I feel like we make it weird. We be like, like this sus, or like there's commentary around. Like I feel like we create the energy that makes it sinister and sexual and odd.
It's a lot of S's.
When I really have just been seeing men, y'all love each other. Like y'all genuinely
That's a
show
fact.
love. Y'all
Love
rock
your
with each
homeboys.
other. Y'all support each other. Y'all say I love you often, frequently, and what up, bro? Love you, man. Like all of that.
Yeah.
We make it weird.
I don't have a problem hearting another man's picture. And when another brother hearts my picture, reaction is the hearts of my picture, I look at him differently. Like, you don't have this phobia. You're not giving into society saying, "Oh, man, you can't heart another man's picture." And I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? If you heart I'm not. I know people that won't heart your pictures because you're a man. He one is sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, but I think it's a sign of arrogance a lot of times. When somebody won't heart your shit, they'll like it in a heartbeat. If you tell a good joke, they'll heart it. Now, everybody else to it can be 99, 100 reactions, right?
Somebody-
99 hearts. One person gonna like it. That's gonna be him. It's gonna be him.
You a heart
I've seen it
holder?
happen. Like, I'll heart.
You've seen it happen.
He a heart holder.
No, I'm not a heart.
On his post, I hearted everybody I knew for having the courage to post themselves. Because some of you motherfuckers is ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Yo.
Y'all heart that shit, man. I'll do that.
Cannot.
And I make sure I heart all the brothers because, women have a machine behind them a lot of times pushing them, motivation, the body positivity, picture thingy thing that they always do.
Picture
all this
thingy
shit.
thing.
Brothers don't really have that, man, A lot of times, in person, we'll be upfront, but on this app, we got to look a certain way. We have certain personas, so we ain't finna heart and show big love like that. You got to be graduating or get promotion, like she was saying, for a motherfucker to heart your shit, heart your picture or whatever you're doing, but it's a flat-out plain photo of you with a collared shirt and some blue jeans, some nice shoes. A dude will like it because they think it's weird to heart it. I make sure I heart this shit in a heartbeat.
You double hearted.
I do it.
Which
Boom.
unhearts it.
Yeah. Totally, bro. I think men gotta get off that goddamn kick, bro. Like, it's okay to love your brother from a distance, just like up close. You know what I'm saying? Nothing funny about that shit.
Or why
man.
not just reply and say that's love, bro? Rather than
You wanna make
heart.
yourself seem cool?
Because you got
No, I'm
options.
just saying, like, I can hit the like and be like, that's love.
You
know
got
what I'm saying?
everybody
Why-
got options for how it is that they show. Like it's certain things that I will not heart. Like none of these explain how it is that I feel right now, and so I will comment
There you go.
or I call.
But why
Right.
do extra work though? If I can just heart it, why say that's love when it's a heart reaction right there?
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, you
That's
don't know if people agree with it or not. Like sometimes I've hit the heart button and I totally meant the sad face.
How did it get to this space though? How did it get to the space?
I don't think men are comfortable with showing that affection.
You got
Right.
on a whole love over hate shirt
Absolutely,
on your
man.
chest.
Great shirt, by the way, too.
Designed by the greatest. Number
Live
one
it.
seller. You know what I'm saying? Great hat, man. Love first. You know what I mean?
That's it,
though.
Those are coming
Yeah.
soon.
I think that's
CORNERCONVO.com.
I think that's a good way to be like, okay, you really not like that. Like you show love, you wear it, you put it on your head, it's on your mind, you put it on your chest, it's in your heart. and normalize showing people love. And like, it's not that it don't mean all of that unless it does, because sometimes.
So really, a like could be hate, and a heart could mean a whole lot more.
I definitely, both could be all that. Though. I think you know what? I've seen more. Go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing. Yeah.
I've seen. I guess it depends on the relationship with the person too, or maybe the situationship or past happenings. Because you could post something with your ex, and you might heart it, but you really don't mean that fucking heart. No. Oh, I see you out here, motherfucker. Doing it, blah 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 blah. Whatever.
It's political.
Yeah, it's goofy,
keeping
man.
up appearances. I gotta.
That big up might make somebody's day though. They're hard to pick. It might make somebody's fucking day, but you never know what people are feeling at the moment, or if they were unsure about this pick they posted. It takes balls to post yourself in a very judgmental world that we live in. It takes big balls. So to get that fucking heart, that means a lot to some people.
Yeah, I've tried not to put too much into who's saying what, where, when, and how. Because you can definitely get caught up into like, oh, so you saw it, but you didn't respond to it.
See that part.
Or what about, let's say your man is posting pics, right? And he has a bunch of hearts from women, right? Is it the same difference?
Listen to me, all right?
We listening.
Okay, all right. I'm a little crazy, okay?
Sure.
I don't like none of that. I don't want to see if there was a way to erase all of that so I wouldn't see it, I'd probably be
okay with that.
Yeah, because again, I don't mind claiming all my insecurities because I am not that confident. I am not that secure, even though I might present myself to be. You never know what life is like on the opposite side of someone's device. And so what's presented in life, someone's intention or, connections, I am very just like confused about like what the hell is really going on. So you got to have like radical faith. But I have noticed like I don't like the ratio of my hearts to their hearts. I don't like that.
Facts.
Right? Like the fact that I can see what anybody loves and you not loving me. Like, I don't care who you are. I'm like, I've seen 18 posts that we share people in common. And so I've seen 100% love, and you haven't loved anything of mine at all, right? So I realize that that's ridiculous.
Super.
But I'm courageous enough to admit that your mind will put these things together and you'll develop these insecurities. Yep. And you didn't even, that's not what you meant. That's not why you're here, but you're going off on these tangents because of these, even though somebody's on the phone with you at that time. Like I remember sitting next to him. I'm like, you didn't like my photo. He's like, I'm sitting next to you. Like,
right. That's a fact.
Right. But I had to get to that point. Like now I'm kind of absorbed in this virtual world, and it's like it has meaning that it never had before, that now I don't agree with, that I have to police myself about. Like I can't be on here being weird. Yeah, like now, but you have to notice how it's changing you. So I'm only liking this because of this, like that. I'm hearting this. Like you got to look at your politics of how it is you're like out on these apps now, because you could be a whole weirdo.
I will skip your picture in a minute. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling away.
And why do you like your own photos? What is that about?
Yeah,
I don't know who do that.
You do that.
No, I do not.
You do.
No, I do not.
I have seen you like your own stuff.
I never do that. Ever. I'm
gonna find proof now.
Please do.
What do I get? Do I get dark meat?
Craft services.
What?
Yeah, whoa. Who raised you? Wait a minute.
I'm talking about craft services, all right?
I'm just saying.
I'm ready for a thigh and a leg. That's all.
Wait a minute.
Wait, why are you making it weird? See, you making it weird with the whole thing.
First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
All right, man. This is the Corner Convo, man. Episode, where we at? 156?
Heart this episode, okay?
Hold on, man.
Do that.
Hold on, where we at? 156, man. Kels and Yogi just made it weird, man. And we are officially out.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Dark meat is where it's
at. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.